So hi, my name is Kayden Phoenix. I am the creator and writer of a Universe of Latina Superhero graphic novels called A La Brava. They are superheroes, Latino superheroes of different heritages. Three of them are out right now. And this is Jalisco, Loquita, she's my Cubana Boricua. She's my first generation, but she's like Tejana, but Latina, border town. And then Jalisco, I'm Mexicana. I have two other ones coming out. My Dominican gunslinger, she's a cowgirl. And then also Druca, my Estela Chicana. So that's what I do. I create and write. I'm Entre and Vistre.
How it's for you to participate in a San Diego Comic Con panel about Latin culture?
It was really amazing. I mean, it was very much more academic than I'm used to. Well, generally on the Comic Con panels, they're nice and fun and easy and just talk about your characters. But this one was very, very academic because the panel is called Breaking Latina Stereotypes Through Latina Superheroes. So we started, with the past of how we were seen, just females in general, but females and Latinas, how we're seen in comics. And really it's not seen in comics because we were not seen in comics either, and then like how do you break down like the maid or the sex object or just our very basic, or the chola or the gangster, right? Like how do you break that down, because that's what we're seeing on TV as well, TV and features and movies as well as just comics, and then so superheroes have their own standalone, like and it's just independent, like it does not matter of their gender or of their race, right? Like you think superhero, you think greatness, right? You think like they will protect you no matter what, they'll protect the city or the world or the universe, no matter what. And so here's the Latino superhero, so she will protect you no matter what. And it's true, they all do, and so like that's how you break down the stereotypes. And we delve more into that, all of us, because we all come from different perspectives. My artist Amanda Julina Gonzalez was there, so she's like, well, I can draw them differently, right? Because she's the artist. Me, I write them and I create them differently because I'm the writer. There was a comic historian, there was this, and a psychologist as well was also there, like really great people. And so they gave in their thoughts of like, okay, how can we break down our very negative stereotype and make it to how we are, because my mom's my superhero, she's not any of that stuff, like same, my family, just every Latina I meet, we're not that stereotype. So for me, it's very easy because I do what I know. Everything's based on what I know.
It's beautiful. I really like to read that.
Thanks.
What inspired you to start a graphic novel about female Latin superheroes?
For male, that one comes out in like a year or two. I haven't done male Latinos, like male Latino superheroes yet, but I'm going to do a Latina superheroes, a Universe of Latina Superheroes. So it does include male, female, and non-binary as well, just because it's important. Right now, I'm Latina superheroes, and my next universe is Latina princesses, but my third universe is Latina superheroes. And so that one it's very fun. They're going to be very anti-heroes and a little bit more on the comedic side, because all superheroes are really, really serious. If like Superman and Batman, they're very serious. But then we have Deadpool and we have like Suicide Squad. They're not as serious, right? So my Latina supers will be kind of like in that vein. We're saying they will save the day, but it'll take them a little bit to get there, and it's more comedic.
How important is for you to be involved with A La Brava?
Oh, absolutely. It's very, very important. I mean, I created it. I own it all. I self-publish as well, so I pay the printers, like I do all of it. And it's important because it's just representation, and it's also like you get to raise a million little kids, and like little Latina kids and Latinas to be in particular, and like that's just, I'm very fortunate. I'm very, very honored and fortunate that like I get to have a little girl run up to the Comic-Con table back when, and like stare at this little Barbie, and like, because this is Jalisco, she doesn't have the blades, but it's really Elena de Avalon. But, like they're so happy, and they stare at it, and like, and that's the, like I succeeded because some girls like, I'm a superhero, and it's that. So, and this is me because I like dolls. My friend made me this dress, but like, and it is that, like, I didn't have this growing up, so my friend made it for me, and and I still obviously want to make it into a real doll in the future when I can. But it's important. It's important to see yourself as the hero, because we are the heroes. Like I said, my mom's my hero. My great aunt was my hero, and it's just something that I grew up with. So that's why I'm so much stronger. Because it's my mom, because it's my great aunt, because it's my tia. So I want that honestly for everyone.
I loved the Barbie. Really, I want one.
I do too. I want all of them, honestly.
Yeah. Can you tell me about every character and your favorite thing about them?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a little, these are the two. So the one I went over first, Jalisco, which is the doll, dances folklorico, blades come out of her dress. So when she's dancing, she can say, see, like deflect bullets like that, or she goes like that and they shoot out as well. So she has to do with the femicide, the mujeres de Juarez in particular, but just in femicidio. Her mom gets stolen. She wants to save her mom. She doesn't know that the mom got stolen by the people that are in charge of the femicide. So a little bit darker on the tone, very obviously very strong. They're all very social justice. This is Santa. She's my border town girl in Texas, and she goes up against ICE, and ICE is Irene Chavez Estevez, and ICE for us is La Migra. So like she's pretty much La Migra, and she's on the conservative side. There's a big mayor race going on in town, and she's on the conservative side. Santa joins the Democratic side. She learns patriotism. She learns about her mom's military past. She learns her powers. She has divine strength, so like she'll always survive the fight. Like she can throw people across the rooms and everything. And in this town, you're either a luchador or you're a Zika. So every half the people are luchadores and half the people are not. And so then it's because it's political, so I made it a little bit more comedic in that sense. ICE ends up taking the people and putting them in the detention centers. Santa and all her friends, she raids the detention centers, takes everyone down. This one just came out. This is Loquita. She's Miami, Florida. She's my Boricua Cubana, and she's my young one. She's my high schooler. She goes to high school. She comes into womanhood. She starts seeing supernatural. So she'll see demons and ghosts, and that's Vika, the main villain. But she starts seeing demons and ghosts and goblins, and she's very scared because she doesn't know what's going on, of course. And nobody tells her. No one else can see them. So they start calling her crazy because she starts freaking out, and starts saying there's that, and eventually starts fighting the demon. She finds courage. So that one's a cute one, as I call it. These two are being made right now. So this is Druga, Maestra Chola. She's my Chicana, and she takes down trafficking. She ends up going to Barrio Logan in San Diego, so close by. And she ends up taking down the trafficking ring, because all the kids are getting stolen from the neighborhoods. And this is Bandita, my gunslinger. So she's my Dominican, and this is modern day New York, and she can do like a bullet bounce. So it just means ricochet. So she can point the gun this way to the wall and it'll bounce off and go around and hit the person behind. And so that's her powers. And then they become a team called A La Brava on the 6th book. So that one is also being drawn right now by my artist.
It's really cool that all of them came from different countries.
Yeah, they're all different heritages. I mean, yeah, actually, I like that idea. It's like, obviously, she's my Mexicana, but all the rest of them are in the United States. They're different heritages, right? Like, because that's important because, United States, we're a melting pot. We're everybody, And so, and it's true, like, you go outside, you see different heritage, you see different races completely. And, like, that's what makes us great, It's important. As much as I can. I know I missed a lot of Latin America, unfortunately. I just only had 5 characters. So, try to get as many as I could.
All the books available until now tell us about the origin of the characters. When the stories from Ruka and Bandita are released, will the girls unite in a joint edition of A La Brava?
Yeah, the 6th book is coming out next year. It's being worked on right now. And they meet, same thing. They meet, they fight, they clash, and then something happens, and they get together and they become the team that they're supposed to be. And that's the origin story of all superhero teams. Like I do follow structure. It's being worked on. It's fairly new. My penciler is amazing. She, I think, is on page like 12, so it comes out next year, definitely next year, probably spring of 2022. Druga comes out the end of this year, so in a couple of months, which is great. Bandita is early next year, and then that one, A La Brava, is the team one. And then we're going to do V2, so volume 2 of all of them as well. I have writers on it this time because I'm not going to write them this time. So Santa and Loquita, V2, volume 2, or book 2, is being worked on right now, writing-wise, before the artists get to it.
We have a second book of Loquita and Santa.
Yeah, and I'm going to write out Jalisco. They're all going to have a second book. I'm just behind, and so I got to write out Jalisco still.
Okay. Yeah. What are the future plans for the superheroes?
I don't know. They kind of go with the times, I like to think, because they're all social justice issues, and they're all very dark, right? Because we as females don't get our justice, or we also as Latinas and Latina, we don't get our justice. Like she goes up against ICE, so she goes up against La Migra. This one's femicide. This one is teen suicide in school and gun control. in school, because in USA, all the white boys, they come and shoot girls in schools, you know, and so like that's important because it's absurd. And this one's trafficking, child trafficking, which is just children, it's everybody. And this is domestic violence. So same thing, they're all very female for that reason. So my characters are very grounded, like they're none of them fly or do anything crazy. They're just slightly different. But you know, it's grounded because the stuff that they're fighting is also very grounded. There's social justice issues that are very important to me. A La Brava, they fight up against, I'm not gonna tell you about that one yet, but they do fight about something that's very female issue as well. And it's just, they're always just for equality. In the future ones, I don't know necessarily what they're fighting against. I know MMIW is important, which is also missing murdered Indigenous women, just the same thing, the femicide, but more towards natives. And so they're, I don't know, honestly, is my answer. Like Jalisco, I have one in mind that bugs me. I just think of what gets me really sad or really mad, and then that's what I write about. So in regards to what can they save, right? So what would you like to save? Like you know, the femicide was my first one because that was very important to me. The mujeres the plot is, you know, and it's just things like that. Like what can you save if you had the power to save something or somebody? And I do issue, so it's a bigger picture, as opposed to let me just save Gotham, or let me save Metropolis, or let me save the world, which is fine too. But it's nothing. We've seen that a million times over. So here's a new angle. Actually, is let's save a cause.
So do you intend to bring A La Brava books to Brazil? Please.
I want to. I need to get them translated to Portuguese. I really do. I'm not there yet. I'd have to hire, which is something, I'd have to hire someone and pay them for the translation and then pay, I guess, to get it printed. I'd say I don't know the international stuff. Jalisco is going to be in Spanish starting next month. A month and a half, Jalisco will be in Spanish. There's a Kickstarter, like a crowdfunding for it, that does have international. So this one's obviously right now is in English, but this one will be in Spanish, absolutely, just because it takes place in Mexico. And it's important because I do want more readers. I do want Portuguese as well. You know, Brazilians, I love that. I'm not there yet just because everything's still out of my pocket. So a lot of my money right now is going, like right now, I'm paying for Druga, I'm paying for A La Brava, I'm paying for Bandita, Mexica, my Aztec princess. Same thing. Money comes in and out, which is fine, but the international one, I'm not necessarily there yet. Jalisco obviously is a little bit of a stretch. Jalisco in Spanish at least. But yes, I do want to is my answer. They are available in English, and if you go to Amazon, you can also get them worldwide as well.
Do you have a message for Entretê followers?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I hope this inspires you. I know obviously it's not the right language, but I do hope this inspires you, and you guys know that you can go and do anything. I'm the first Universe of Latina Superheroes. I hope I'm not the last universe. I'm not the first Latina superhero at all, but I'm the first universe. And so it's like, if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm not just in comics and literally everything in life. Just know that you have the capacity to go and do anything you wish to do.